Hey everybody. I'm sorry about my voice. Had a long day yesterday, was ripping and running, doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Lost my voice due to the pollen. Yay, pollen, right? Alright. I'm Pretty Gigi for those of you who do not know, and I got something to say. It's in the title, obviously. And today I'm gonna be talking about some things that caught my eye. Now this week I'm only gonna be doing one podcast. I'm sorry. I was just super, super busy. I even started a new job, I'm moving, whole bunch of stuff. So sorry about the one podcast episode, but I'm gonna make this enjoyable, I promise. So y'all know the first thing I gotta talk about, yes, Will Smith and Chris Rock. Once again, I want to apologize for my voice. I know it's hoarse as shit. I'm sorry. Alright, so Will Smith and motherfucking Chris Rock. Okay, so this is how I feel. The joke wasn't even funny. Let's just stick that. He talking about some with G.I. Jane 2 coming out. Number one, that wasn't funny. Like, outside of anybody getting offended, that joke just simply wasn't a funny joke. And then on top of that, it's like I'm on Will's side with the whole hitting him because I feel him, and it's like I feel like he did it for multiple reasons. Honestly, Chris Rock got hit for like August Alsina and like these trolls online, and it's like he can't really get to them. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know if he ever fought August Alsina, but we're gonna talk about that in a second. But he can't get to the people on social media. Like he cannot meet up with some random ass troll and be like, let's fight. And people said they saw him laughing in the audience, which is true because I feel like he probably thought the joke was like a little kiki or whatever. And probably when he turned around and realized that Jada wasn't laughing, he was no longer laughing. That shit was kiki up until he realized his wife wasn't kiki, and he was like, oh, this shit ain't funny. Period. And I like that about him. Like, he didn't continue laughing when he realized his wife wasn't okay with it. He stopped immediately because that shit wasn't funny. And that was him on that. And I fuck with him for that. Where he was at to do it at, maybe that wasn't the best place because you're at the Oscars, and I faced a lot of backlash from that. He had to withdraw from the Academy and stuff. Like, was the slap worth it? No, because he has. Let's be real. Pickett Smith's career is over. Like it's done. Like she even said it. Like her kids prefer her at home, so she don't have a career. Every time she tries to do something, her kids are sad. So she never did a career. She discussed that multiple times. Um, So it's like Will Smith is the only one with a real career in the household, and for the simple fact that he ruining his good credit for this woman is ridiculous to me. So Will Smith slapping Chris Rock was just him being out of anger, honestly. Because I bet he could have slapped August Alsina. He could have slapped August Alsina for a lot of reasons. Because even I said that. I was like, why he didn't do this to August Alsina? Why he didn't do this to August Alsina? But you gotta remember, back when they was messing with each other. Sad note, y'all, I knew he was fucking that girl. I knew he was fucking Jada Pinkett Smith. I was telling my people that I was like, bruh, he's fucking Jada. They talking about, nah, Will wouldn't let that happen. I know what the fuck it looked like when you fucking somebody. She was taking this man on vacation trips with the kids, and Will was nowhere to be found. They would catch him spotted out and about eating. Will was nowhere to be found. He would be all up through the house. Where's Will? So it was like, you know what the fuck was going on. She was into that. He was into that. Will was just like, Will said on the red table talk, he was over Jada. He wanted her to get her shit together and do her. However, it's like their relationship is kind of like flip flop because she handled it like a man. Like she just like had a little fling or whatever and learned herself, if you will. Versus him, he probably really did some like self reflect, meditating, really getting his thoughts together. And it's really funny to me how like they handled that because usually a man would do the little fling versus the woman like really like isolating herself. So I thought that was kind of funny. Um, and the reason why I feel like he did not smack August Alsina during that time is because August Alsina was sick. August Alsina was, because that all started with her taking care of August Alsina. That's how all of that started. Like, he was Jaden's friend. He reached out to him because he needed help, which I don't really know what the Smiths could do to help him. Like I don't know what kind of spiritual shit they got going on, but he asked for help because they were sick. He was sick. I mean, it's like she went from healing him, from her, for him healing her pussy. Like it was like a thank you in return or whatever. And people like, well, when you bring it to the internet, people gonna talk about it, but they don't even understand. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith never brought that to the internet first. August Alsina decided to take his little ass to a fucking interview and confess these little fucking entanglements and say he fell in love with Jada Pinkett Smith and was like, yeah, he happy because he finally felt what love was. He fell in love with her. Just for this woman to pack up all her shit and go back to her husband. It was like, that's so embarrassing. Like, and people keep saying, well, if you put it on the internet, they didn't put it on the internet. They even discussed it. They honest to God, they said on the Red Table Talk, this was never for us to know. It was never for us to know that she had a entanglement with this man. Like that was never for us to know. The simple fact that August Alsina decided to open his mouth and say something that caused problems because now he looked like a player. He like that nigga. Yeah, you fuck somebody's wife. You fuck Will wife. Oh my God, you got to Jada. And we're looking like a lame. Like you letting your wife walk all over you, your kids wild as hell, and it's like, do you have a say so in your house? And honest to God, it don't look like it. It don't look like it. He based his whole life and his whole family around the upbringing of how Jada Pickett Smith was raised, and it's like that shit crazy to me, cause now this man is over here slapping fucking Chris Rock, and it's like for what? Because he made a terrible, terrible joke. That joke was not funny. He made a terrible joke on her G.I. Jane, and it's like I can understand if it was the whole simple fact because she has alopecia. That's the reason why Jada Pinkett Smith is bald. If anyone was curious, it's not a haircut. It's not a choice. She has alopecia. So telling her to just put on a wig, that's not how that works. You have to put yourself in her mind. So you have to put herself in her shoes. That woman had hair. And for her to lose her hair and she can't go back for a female, I don't know what it's like for a man, but for a female, that is hard to grasp. That is hard, hard concept. That's a hard pill to swallow to just lose your health as a female. That is hard for us to just be like, yeah, we losing hair. Yep, that's fine. Like, no, it's not. It's not fine. There's some like a lot of women is known for their hair. A lot of people know women for their hair. A lot of people make fun of people. A lot of people make fun of women for being bald. Hence Chris Rock. So it's like all that shit happening wasn't making it, you know what I'm saying, making it better. So I felt like he couldn't get to the trolls online. He wasn't even messing with Jada when August was fucking Jada. He was done with her. So I feel like that Chris Rock joke just kind of fucked him up. And he was talking about how it reminded him of when he was little and how his dad and his mom used to go back and forth. What the fuck ever make you sleep at night? That's not the goddamn truth. Will Smith needs to look in that mirror and tell himself the truth. That woman is okay. She put him through a lot. Was he right for smacking Chris Rock? No, because at their age, that's not attractive. Like you too old to be putting your hands on somebody. Um, it don't matter where you were. It could be at the park, it could be at the Oscars, it could be at the BET. It don't matter fuck where you were. You've hit somebody and you're over the age of 40, you're weird. That's weird behavior. Because people look at people in their 20s if they fighting. So you know, somebody gonna look at you crazy being in your mid 40s. And then the reason why I'm looking at Will so crazy because it's like, you know, people say premeditated murder. That was a premeditated slap. He was sitting there for a minute. He got up and walked over there and he just smacked. Like, all of that stuff was like premeditated. He could have avoided everything. And he could have just left that shit alone. Okay, it bothered you. You could have cut the commercial break and be like, hey, Chris, I ain't fucking with that joke. My wife been through a lot with that alopecia. It really traumatized her. Like, it really fucked her up. Like, please don't do that again. Like, he apologized or whatever. He could have handled that so much better being a man of his age and being a man with this status of a career. Like, you go slap a comedian because he made a comic joke. Comedians are known to push the envelope. Comedians are known to make jokes that make you uncomfortable. That's the whole point of being a comedian. They say shit that you can't say, but you thinking. You feel me? Probably somebody else saw that girl just like, damn, she just like G.I. Jane, key, and moved on with their life. So Chris Rock said that out loud. Probably somebody in their head was like, damn, that's kind of funny. But then when he got slapped, they was like, oh, maybe it's not. I understand he was defending his wife, he was protecting her, but I really don't think that had shit to do with Jada. Oh God, I don't think none of that shit had to do with Jada. I think that had everything to do with him being sick and tired of people coming for him and his wife. That's it. That's all I feel like that to do with. Had nothing to do with Jada being bald headed. Had nothing to do with Jada losing her hair. Had nothing to do with that joke. Chris Rock just, I feel like Will Smith was like, I'll be online and talk about me. I'd probably be with my friends. You know, you see them memes scrolling on the social media. So he probably thought this is the one fucking place he can go. Ain't nobody gonna clown his family. Ain't nobody gonna clown him. Nobody gonna say nothing to them. And here this motherfucker go talking about some she G.I. Jane. He probably just was like, man, what the fuck? I can't go nowhere without somebody talking shit about me or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like that's probably why he got mad. I don't really believe it was because she bald. Because like we saw, he was laughing, so you can tell that does not bother him. I felt like when he saw that she was not laughing, he was just like, oh no. You feel what I'm saying? And he was just like, yeah, she probably got a point of not to laugh because they always fucking talking about me. We always the butt of the joke now. And they did not put their business out here. And I want people to remember that that was August Alsina. August Alsina sat there and told everyone that they had an entanglement. And she was forced to come on the red table talk with Will and confess what the fuck happened. Because Will and Jada said they was never gonna tell anyone. It was never gonna be our. First of all, it isn't our business what the fuck two married people do in the privacy of their own home. That has nothing to do with us. Like that is 100% facts. In the simple fact that, but you can't get mad because I was going to say, in the simple fact that he told us what they had going on, I ain't even mad at him because he ain't married to them. He has no obligations to them. He did not take no vows with them. So you brought that man into your marriage, and that's what she fucked up at. And she over here trying to gloss it over like a little entanglement, just a little nothing. This man talking about he fell in love with you. It was more than a little motherfucking entanglement according to him. Like she downplayed it for her husband. Duh. She didn't downplay it because I wonder if she still think about the dick. Like I wonder late nights, because that's women know. Even if we happy and in love or whatever, you know, we had the past and we had the life. We don't want that life. We ain't looking for that nigga, none of that shit. But I just wondered if Jada ever sit back and be like, man, that was some good ass dick. Like that's all I have to say about all of that. You know, Will Smith, I feel where he was coming from. I'm kind of on his side. Chris Rock, it's not really a whose side you own. No, he shouldn't have slapped him because of his age. I feel like if they was like some teens or whatever, or early 20s, or like somebody young as hell, and they did that shit like it was like motherfucking Young Miami slapping goddamn Carisha, she is Carisha, slapping like Ari Fletcher or something. Then it'd have been like, oh whatever. But like we put Chris Rock and Will Smith on a certain status and a certain pedestal. We look at them at a certain way. Like I wouldn't, especially Will, like you wouldn't, like maybe Chris Rock because he a comedian, he might slap a bitch. But you would never think Will Smith would ever put his hands on somebody, like especially in that type of like you wouldn't think that would be like on him. That's why everybody was shocked, and I think even he was shocked. But that's all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? I want to get a little bit into the Ari Fletcher. Well, she said she don't like her last name, so Ari the Don. Tina. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. G Herbo Baby Mama, the second one. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, so we're gonna call her TT, like Zoe do off of I Am Zoe. So we're gonna call her TT because I cannot pronounce her name. Because I feel like it's rude to just be like, oh, Gerbo, Big Mama, or Fabulous Daughter. But I just can't pronounce her name, so I'm gonna give her a nickname to kind of be respectful because I really can't pronounce her name. I don't like when people can't pronounce my name, so I give them nicknames. So I'm gonna call her TT. So this whole thing is about rather TT put her hands or hurt your son or not. And this is how I feel. I'm gonna explain what happened to everybody, and then I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Okay, G Herbo was online talking about he love his son, he miss his son, talking about he ain't seen his son in months, this, that, and the third. Still nobody knew why he hasn't seen his son. And he kept egging that shit on, talking about he love his son, he miss his son. If any of y'all think I love my kids more than I love your son, your son is the first time with Ari the Don. Ari the Don is an Instagram model, and she's in a relationship with Moneybagg Yo, the rapper. Okay. G Herbo is a Chicago-based rapper, if no one knows who he is. TT is Fabulous stepdaughter, Emily's daughter, Emily B's daughter. Um, yeah, that's I don't Instagram model as well, and that's all I really know. So they were discussed. So he was kept going online talking about how you can't see your son. That was my lighter, if anybody was wondering. Why you can't see your son and stuff like that. Ari kept not saying nothing, and when I think it was like the last shawl when he just like the last egg on of like can't see my son type shit, and something about telling the truth. So she posted and was like, tell them why you can't see your son. My son don't even like, your other baby mama or whatever. That's why you can't see my son, because I said you can see him, but not with your other baby mama around, but not with TT around. So that blew up the whole thing. TT ended up posting a whole bunch of videos and pictures of the son with his funny background music to be like sentimental and stuff. And say like, this narrative me, I let you always push it on me, I never say anything, but you're not gonna label me as an abuser, which I don't think she is. Like hearing what happened, I think it was a huge misunderstanding, and I think feelings are involved. But she was like, I'm not the child abuser that you're pegging me out to be, and this, that, and the third. Honestly, how I feel, I'm gonna say how I feel. Let me continue this. Let me continue updating y'all what it is. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just excited to say my piece. So so she was like basically saying that like I'm a good person and all you need to go at her da 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 da. So Ari get online and show these voicemails of her son pretty much begging his dad not to leave him with TT, saying he don't like TT, this, that, and the third. And he was like, she's mean in another clip. He was like, he want to shoot her. He want like, pretty much to go away. He don't like her. She's mean, da da da. And Ari was like, that is the reason I don't let my son be around me. I already know you the babysitter when it comes down to my son. I already know G Herbo don't be there. He leave you with the kids, da da this, that, and the third. I feel like this. But we all know now that she's left with the children. That's not a lie. G Herbo said it, the baby said it, Ariana said it, Titi said it. She left with the kid. We all know that's the truth. All right, so we can take that away. We know that's the truth. Everybody know that a pillow and him falling on the floor and hurting his knee was involved. He said it. The baby said it. G Herbo confirmed it. He just don't believe it. Titi said it but don't believe it. But whatever. It was still said, and that's the part we know. However, I think this is what I feel like. I feel like Ari never wanted her son around TT because of the way they got together. And I don't really necessarily blame her. I do feel like maybe, letting it go is cool, but at the same time, the boy is like 4 damn near, and he been around TT that long, and once old videos surfacing of him telling TT that he didn't like her back then, and she was like, I don't know why he doesn't like me. Da, 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 da. People think it's because of Ari. I don't want to believe that Ari would give that much of a damn, especially because she got a man now, and she's like in this relationship with this dude for so long. I don't want to believe that she's sitting here talking about her. I can't possibly believe she would give that much of a fuck. I genuinely think that all of this could have been avoided if Herb would have just been in the middle from day one. He fucked up everything. First of all, he cheated. And you fuck it up when you not only cheat on your baby mama while she's pregnant, you leave her for the goddamn bitch or whatever. So that's also fucked up. So that's like, it's a lot to take in. And I feel like from day one, he should have handled that better. He handled that so piss poorly because he wanted what he wanted and he wanted TT. And which is fine. Get what you want, but don't make nobody suffer because you want something else. You should have broke up with that girl and told her that you weren't happy. You should have did that way better than what you did. Like you knew you had a son on the way, all that stuff. So I felt like that was handled poorly by him for that fact. And even now, because like she said it took him a week and nobody contacted her, and she had to call them. He should have called. He should never had them. He should never had TT and Ari ever discussing anything about your son. Because at the end of the day, your son don't belong to TT. It belongs to G Herbo. They should have discussed it. And on the phone, G Herbo was on the phone doing the video recording that Ari had showed everybody of your son telling him that he does not want to be left with Tiana. People say, sometimes kids lie and sometimes kids be extra. That all is very true. And that might be the case, but I can understand Ari as a mother. If your child open their mouth, especially as a young kid, and they say, that I don't like such and such and I don't want to be around them. Respect that shit, bro. Because if you can be a grown person and you don't have to be around somebody you don't want to be around, your child should at least have that much respect. Like they don't like him. She don't like him. He don't want to be. He don't like her. He don't want to be around her. That should be like the end of that. That should be like, okay, I won't let you be around her. Or if you can't have that, sit down with the little boy and Tiano. Ma- Ari and Jared, they all should sit down and discuss why. And let that little boy tell her why he don't like her. And they can all come to a fucking common ground because they gotta raise that kid. Ari forever gonna be in their life, and now that she got two kids with G Herbo, she gonna forever be in their life. So it's like they siblings like siblings. Like I mean, they kids are brothers. So it's like you kind of it's cool for social media, and we laugh or we get a little kiki out of it, but at the end of the day, they still got to deal with each other. We don't deal with it. We go home. We go about our lives, and they're still dealing with what the fuck they aired out on social media. So shit like that. And I think if G Herbo can sit everybody down, it'll be cool. Cause I know if it was the other way around, and your son was saying, "I don't like Moneybag. I can't stand Moneybag. Moneybag get on my nerves. I don't want to be around Moneybag." And looking at Moneybag being like this gangster rapper, this trap rapper, whatever y'all want to call him, this drug rapper, talking about this lean, woke all that shit. Y'all asses was gonna say, "Oh, get him away from the kid. Oh, I don't understand why she continue like." Then I would have been like, "Oh, she's choosing a man over her child." Like I would have been on that shit. I hate when stuff be different for females. Like don't act like I wouldn't have been on that shit if it would have came to Moneybag. Yo, I don't know if she about hurting the kid, but if my child told me they don't like somebody, I'm not gonna bring them around. I get what they saying. Like I get that part as a parent, and I get the whole, well, you can't have the kid, let the kid have their way. This ain't we ain't talking about candy. We ain't talking about her letting him eat snacks after midnight or some shit like that. We ain't talking about him letting him stay past his bedtime. That's letting the kid get their way. Your child told you, I don't like being around such and such. Don't put your child around such and such. It's so simple. It's not hard. But like I said, I see why she said that. Like I get it. I get why she don't want. And she was like, she wouldn't let Giorgio be around the kid, but she can't. She legally she can't do that. So it's like, bro, come see your kid and stop playing type shit and and stuff like that. I want to have Moneybag Yo taking all of this baby mama, baby daddy drama. But then again, you know what? He better not say shit. And he better eat that shit up because she had to deal with baby mama drama from his ass too. And he had hella baby mamas coming for her. And it wasn't even about no motherfucking kid. The kid was the least of their concern. They was just trying to, them baby mamas was just being spiteful. At least he bringing the kid into the situation. They literally was just like on some bitter baby mama shit for no reason. So he better sit there, drink his Wokeisha or Waukesha, whatever you want to call that shit, eat his food. Because she had to deal with some baby mama shit too. So yeah, just let him deal with it. Just let him deal with it. Or whatever. Y'all know about this girl named Kamaya. I hope I pronounced her name right. It's either Kamaya or Kamaya, like Kamaya or Kamaya. I'm not really sure, but her last name is Mobley, and she got abducted as a infant. Her abducted mom had kidnapped her from the hospital and raised her as her own until she was 18. They did a documentary on it on Lifetime. Kiki Palmer played her. She did great. It was a good movie. Um, the daughter who got kidnapped is begging I think it was in Texas, is begging them to release her abductor. And they didn't do it, of course, because it's like we get where she coming from in the sense of that is all you know. She took you, was only 8 days old, um, from the hospital and raised you till you was 18. That is your mama. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But she didn't adopt you, baby. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a willingly thing. You were kidnapped. You know, you were abducted. You was taken against not knowing, but taken against everybody's will. Like she was there for selfish reasons, and I feel bad that she over here begging the police, like the jail and the judge, free my abductor. Like that sounds crazy as hell. She's trying to have a relationship with her biological parents, but we gotta put her like she did not get adopted. No, we know this. She got abducted. But we have to put her in the mindset of a person who got adopted. Like it's like her not knowing she was ever adopted. Now her birth parents just pop up at her doorstep. And now her adopted mom is forced to tell her the truth. And now she's sitting here like, yeah, I want to get close to y'all, but it's like I never knew it was a y'all. I never knew it was more than me. Like I didn't know I had real family. I thought this was my family. And her adopted family who didn't know like outside her mom was like, yeah, she didn't look like us, but they never knew who the daddy was. So they just like one, some of them assumed she looked like the father, and some of them assumed, it's just we all don't look alike sometimes. In the black family, it is what it is. You still family. Like they didn't think, oh, she looks so unlike us. Like they never really crossed their mind, especially with them not knowing who the father was. So it just kind of worked out. But I feel bad that she was abducted, and she kind of got like Stockholm Syndrome now because, and I'm gonna read to y'all real quick. The Stockholm Syndrome is for the ones who don't know, because I had to look it up, once upon a time, so I didn't know what it was. And I know what it is, but I want to get the definition meaning on Google so I can be accurate. Alright, it is feelings of trust or affection felt in many cases of kidnapping or hostage taking by a victim towards a captor. So literally Stockholm Syndrome. And I feel bad for her because it's a accidental love. It's not like one of them situations she knew she was kidnapped and her abductor I guess ended up being not so bad, she just fell in love. No. It was one of them situations she didn't know she was abducted. She didn't know she was missing. She didn't know her family was looking for her. She didn't know she had a family like she didn't know she had a birth parent. She thought she was with her birth parents. So I can understand completely why she's so distraught. Her life is all upside down. She said it in this letter that she sent the judge, like she do better with her mom on the outside of prison. And the crazy thing is, her mom is on the outside of prison. But she got Stockholm syndrome. She gonna need lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of therapy. And I know she was on I Islands then. I can't pronounce that lady's name, but she was on I Islands and fix my life, or fix my whatever, change my life, whatever. And all hell broke loose on that episode, bro. All hell broke loose. That woman was motherfucking crazy. That girl, the girl who got kidnapped, was motherfucking crazy. At one point, her birth mom was like, she like didn't find her. But that was then. They cool now. Like I did some research. They trying to like she's really trying to get on good terms with her birth mom. They're really trying to like get to know each other, and that shit has to hurt because as the birth parent and you looking for your child for 18 years, and you finally find them, you finally see them, you finally get to touch them, hold them, look at them, and they don't even like feel what you feel because they had someone else as their mama. That shit gotta hurt. I feel for her mother. I feel for her birth mother. I'm happy they throwing the book at her abducted mother, and it's like, or kidnapped mom. Like, I don't know what you want to call her. What do you even call that, right? So it's like, that shit kind of sad. Uh, that's all I had to say for this week. That's the things that caught my. I had to get off my chest, and that's all I noticed. Um, I gotta get up out of here. I actually was supposed to leave hours ago. I'm really finna go get ready for the day. I'm kicking it with my folks, my peeps, my homies. But on some real shit though, stay positive. Life is hard, but it don't gotta be. Surround yourself with good people. In the words of Medea slash Tyler Perry, if you dip your angel wings in acid, they can't fly. Get yourself away from toxic people so you can fly. God bless you. Have a good day.